Assalamu alaikum and welcome to The Spice is Right. Here with me today we have Nadima from Barbados.
Assalamu alaikum.
And assisting her we have Aziza from Seville, Spain.
Assalamu alaikum.
So Nadima, what will you be cooking for us today?
I'm going to be cooking for you today some Bajan saltfish cakes.
Excellent, can't wait.
Okay, should we get started?
Definitely.
Right, here we have saltfish, which is codfish cured in a lot of salt, so we have to boil it off in some hot water so that we can get the salt out of it. It could be really salty. So you boil it in some hot water, you throw it off, and then it's ready to cook. You have to break it into little pieces, shred it into little pieces like we've done here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the main ingredients, is the saltfish, because they're fish cakes. Here we have some plain flour, which we'll be using also. We have some sauteed onions here, a little bit of baking powder for the flour. We have some milk in here, which is going to make it into a nice batter for us. We have a few spices, just some black pepper, salt, and some thyme. Prefer to use fresh thyme, but we didn't have it, so we're going to use the dry one. We have some spring onions here, and some, red pepper. Normally this would be a West Indian hot pepper, which is a Scotch bonnet pepper, which is sort of about that size. You can get yellow ones and red ones, and it's really hot, but today we're going to use this. Okay, right, while I start, could you just chop these spring onions for me, please? Just chop it really finely. Okay, and I'm going to start by putting the flour in the bowl.
So Nadima, can you tell us what the first time you actually cooked fish cakes?
It wasn't that long ago, about a year ago.
Oh, really?
I first cooked it. We were having a gathering and I wanted to bring something along, so I decided to make some fish cakes. But I grew up eating fish cakes. It was a sort of a traditional thing that my mum used to bake every Saturday night, and we used to sit in front of the television and eat some fish cakes and some pancakes.
Oh, lovely.
Okay. Right, I'm going to add some baking powder to this, because this is plain flour. The baking powder will just make it rise a little bit, not too much.
So maybe about 2 pinches as well?
Yeah, just 2 pinches of that. And we need to put the onions in, now that they're sauteed. It's quite an easy dish to prepare, quite quick, which is good. That's why my mum used to do it on a Saturday night, because normally after a long day, she wouldn't normally go in the kitchen on Saturday night, but when it came to fish cakes, it's very easy to prepare. She didn't mind. Okay, so it's about putting all the ingredients together. Now I'm going to put the saltfish in. The main thing is just preparing the saltfish, because you have to boil it, and as I said, to take a lot of the salt out.
Right. So Aziza, do you have anything similar like this in Spain, in Spanish culture?
Well, we use a lot of fish, but it's normally fried fish.
Fried fish?
Yeah, it's really common to eat fried fish everywhere.
Right, how are you getting on with those? We're going to need those soon. But be careful, don't cut your fingers. Right, we're just going to put a pinch of black pepper.
Done.
Thank you. And if you could prepare this for me, please. If you could just put those in here, I'll take those. Thank you.
How do you want this?
I'll have about half of it, I think. You take the seeds out and then cut it really finely, please. Right, what did I put? Thyme. Just a little bit of thyme.
Okay. So maybe like a pinch worth?
Yeah, just a pinch, just a flavour.
Right.
Yeah, to make it some flavour. And we're just seeing that, and then we can add the milk and mix it into a nice batter.
So have you got any stories to tell us then from growing up in Barbados?
Well, I didn't grow up in Barbados, but I can tell that fish cakes are widely used in Barbados, even on the beach. After a nice swim in the sea, people come out of the water and they go and have a fish cake.
So would you say it's kind of similar to our culture, to say the Western culture, to go out and have a burger or fish and chips, and that's sort of the...
You could say it's really popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could say that. At most occasions you have them at parties, because they're like little finger food. You can just pick them up and eat them like that.
Okay.
Thank you. You can just put that in there.
And Aziza, does this look pretty easy to do? Do you think you'd be able to do this at home?
It's very simple. Did you see what I was doing while you were busy chopping? I mean, that is it mainly, and then we just sort of put the milk in it.
Maybe it won't taste the same because the ingredients aren't the same here.
Can you get saltfish in
Probably, yeah,
Spain?
but maybe they won't taste the same.
Okay, we're doing now is to bind it all together with the milk.
And how much milk would you say you would need?
I've used 3/4 of a cup today, and it's a cup of flour.
To a cup of flour.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, Barbados has, the traditional dish of Barbados is flying fish and cuckoo. Cuckoo, I think, has originated from the African food fufu. It's made in a similar way. You have to take the okras, you have to boil them, and then you get the cornmeal, and you bind it all together, and it makes like a nice soft sort of doughy texture. And that's the traditional food of Barbados, which is eaten with flying fish, the traditional fish.
Lovely. So should the batter...
You need it to have a consistency where you can just drop it. Almost.
Okay, so not runny then?
No, not runny. So I imagine the milk gradually, just in case you don't need as much as this.
Absolutely.
You have the wrong consistency then. But it's very simple to do. It's a preparation would take the most, the saltfish really. Once you've done that, you're away in no time. I don't normally measure anything. I just average it and judge, and when I think it's right, I just stop. But that feels right. Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure I want the rest of that milk, even though it's not that much. But that has a good. You can pick it up, and so that's about right.
Yeah. So you should be able to do that with
exactly.
it.
You can just drop it off to your spoon. It's very simple, and that's it. All you have to do is fry them. It takes about 3-4 minutes until they're golden brown. And they're ready to be eaten after that. It's nice to eat them nice and hot.
Yeah.
A bit moreish. You eat more than you should at that point. So that's a good way to eat them.
Perfect. So, are we ready to start frying it?
We are, yes.
Great, because I'm hungry.
Right, now we're going to fry them. Just take a spoonful of the batter and just drop it into the frying pan. Like that. Take about 3 or 4 minutes to cook. Right, and as you can see, they're almost ready on this side, so we're just going to turn them over. That's perfect, that's lovely colour.
Nice colour.
Nice and golden brown. Flip them over. And they're almost ready to eat. And it's best to eat them, well, it's good to eat them when they're nice and hot. So it's very simple. So you're going to make some?
Yeah, inshallah.
Right, a few more minutes, they'll be ready. Bismillah, Bajan fish cakes. Would you like to try some?
Oh, definitely.